Alright, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing alright. I have the flu. Stomach flu, I believe. Either way, my stomach's all messed up. I'm missing work and I'm not putting out as much content as I'd like to be because there's actually a lot of stuff happening in the MMA world right now. I literally got a list of videos that I want to do, but I'm sick. So gonna have to be making a bunch of shorts because it's easier, quicker, but I want to get a little bit of fresh air. Either way, it's good for me. So if you want to help me out, like the video, subscribe. And we got to talk this PENN situation again, because as messed up as the first bunch of posts that he was doing on his ex, I think it was on his ex account, as crazy as all those posts were about his mom, I can't remember if he was saying in the first video that his mom had already been murdered or that she had been replaced by a clone. This has been going on for a while. Now PENN's definitely escalated things. And I wouldn't really have thought that things could get more crazy than they already had and then what he had already put out. Apparently, like, PENN's family is obviously well known in that Hawaii area, not only because of his own personal MMA accolades and popularity and fame, but his family is well tied in to politics in that area as well. So some people have been saying that PENN's just, this is all an act to get attention. That's definitely not the case. I think a lot of the people that are saying that are just trolling. But if you seriously think that PENN's just doing all of this just to get a little bit of attention, you're off your fucking rocker. In the latest post that he's put out, he's actually called for help from the Hilo Police Department, which is his local area police. And he's now saying that his mother, two of his brothers, and possibly some other extended family have all been murdered and replaced by clones. And once again, he's saying that if he stated that if he does anything to hurt them, he'll go to prison and he'll lose everything. Which just shows that he's already thinking of doing something. And that was already apparent in the first bunch of videos that he did, whatever it was. This is like a month ago now, maybe, or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, things are not settling down. He went on and on and on. I was watching a bunch of videos that he had posted, and he's analyzing facial features, dental records, and freckling. Like, the way he's breaking the shit down, and I shouldn't be laughing. This is as serious as anything gets, but the way he's trying to explain things and the things that he's pointing out are, it's all speculation, but clearly dismissible in one way or another, just due to aging. And people get skin diseases. People freckle as they get older. People get scar tissue. People's bodies do change. Your ears will change as as you get older. But this is so serious. I would guarantee at this point now, if someone close to him is not able to pump the brakes on him and at least redirect his attention, because he's hyper focused on this paranoia that he's got going on, that basically whatever some kind of government ops, or anti-government agency, some kind of agency is making a move on his family and trying to take over all of his family so that they have leverage in that area. Unfortunately, now, not to say that there's not a lot of corruption within politics in general, but I would say unless if you're playing in the real upper ranks, and you're playing in the presidential races in the US, then as I'm saying this, I'm catching myself. Like, I'm sure there's all sorts of corruption in all sorts of political circles. But to say that people are murdering his family members and killing his family off in order to gain control and have political power in Hawaii is absolutely crazy. Go ahead, look it up. Google BJ PENN. Check out his, I'm like 99% sure it's his X account. Go ahead, do the research, look at what he's been posting. It's not good. It's honestly hard to watch. You're watching a guy talk about his actual family in such a ridiculous manner with such a high level of conspiracy theory that it's just hard to watch. It's sad. And it's worrisome. Because like I was trying to say like earlier, but I think I got a little bit lost in what I was saying. I'd say that at the very least, if this doesn't end up being a Benoit type situation, at the very least, if nobody intervenes, if nobody close to him intervenes in this soon, he's going to end up attacking one of his family members at the very least. We could hope that it doesn't get that far and he maybe just has some kind of an episode and destroys a bunch of his house and a bunch of his own personal belongings. But the way that this has been escalating, I don't think that that's what's going to happen. I'm almost guaranteeing that there's going to be some kind of violence if somebody doesn't intervene. And I don't know, when you got this level of paranoia happening and probably some kind of addiction happening, then what can you do, really? Especially when he thinks that everybody that he trusts within his circle are essentially against him and are not even his actual family members. So that being said, like, I really don't know what can happen. I don't know how any good can come of this situation at all. I've never wanted to be so wrong about something in my entire life. But if my stomach wasn't turning from the flu I got, it's turning talking about this stuff, because this shit is heavy. You got a family that's done, well, I don't know the background of all their family relations, but for most fighters, for most of the stories that we get from these fighters and their families, everyone around these guys their whole lives has to everyone that's around these guys, they're within their network, family and friends, they usually all end up having to they usually end up sacrificing just as much as the athletes, it would seem, if not more, depending on the family situation that they have at home, whether or not the wife or somebody else in the family's looking after their children while they're at camps for months on end, and then off to the out of country to fight. I can only imagine the weight that would bear on a family. And as much as a lot of the fighters might make it seem like it's it's what they sign up for, it's a part of the deal, they're happy to be able to provide for their family and all of that, it doesn't bring back all that lost time that they're missing with their family. And I can only try to imagine, because I don't have kids. So it's all super sad. And yeah, I honestly don't see anything good coming from this. The best thing, if I had to guess, like what could be a good outcome, like, or even a path of this ending that's not violent, would be hopefully he can end up maybe hospitalized. And like, what a terrible thing to hope for somebody. But if you haven't already seen the BJ Penn videos that I'm talking about, once you see them, you'll understand what I'm saying. He needs some serious help. And like a lot of people, like the videos and the content creators, the channels I've been watching, any content on this subject on, everybody's kind of in agreement that he's probably a little too popular in that area for anybody to really tell him anything. I mean, the guy's probably got his hands in a little bit of everything. And over the years, over the ups and the downs, you make a lot of connections. Is it possible that he's probably got somebody giving him some stuff that he probably doesn't need right now, even though he doesn't have the money for it? It's pretty probable. So, it's a recipe for disaster. And we're watching it unfold right now. So, yeah, these are definitely my least favorite videos to do. BJ Penn, legend of the sport. We're all praying for him. I'm not religious and I'm praying for BJ Penn. It's in my thoughts anyhow. It's in my heart, and so is his family. Hoping that this whole situation can come to a bit of a simmer somehow. Hoping he gets hospitalized, basically. Like, checked in. Probably, hopefully by the police, so that he can't check himself out. We're rooting for you, buddy. Like, comment, and subscribe.